First step, assemble all your ingredients and all your utensils. So, we've got 1 cup of water, flour. I'm trying an experiment using white whole wheat flour. Salt. We're going to have a 1/4 cup of salt. I'm going to have 3 tablespoons of cream of tartar, 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, and some optional food coloring. Following the recipe for conductive dough on the Squishy Circuits website. And no, I don't usually cook upside down or sideways. Okay, step 1, mix the ingredients together in a medium-sized pot. Here goes the water, 1 cup of flour. This is where a measuring cup with a handle comes in handy because I can just spoon it right into the bag of flour and get my 1 cup of flour. Salt, 1/4 of a cup of salt. So here's a 1/4 measuring cup. Oh, that is a lot of salt. I don't usually bake with salt or cook with it, so 1/4 cup of salt, 3 tablespoons cream of tartar, and I think this is going to be easier if I first pour it out into a smaller cup. I want 3 tablespoons. I'm going to do 1 tablespoon. Fill my spoon. Whoops. Shave off the top so I have a level spoonful. And my last tablespoonful. 3 tablespoons cream of tartar and 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. What color should we go for in our food coloring? I think I'm going to go for some yellow. Make a really bright yellow food coloring, and we're going to mix it all together. Now I'm going to go cook it over medium heat, so I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so that took about 8 minutes, maybe a little less, but I cooked it over medium heat, stirring continuously. The directions said the mixture might boil, but it didn't. It did get chunky, and you definitely want to stir continuously or you will have your dough sticking to your pot. And when it's finished, you'll know because you'll have this ball that sort of forms in the middle of the pot. And the next step is place the ball on a lightly floured surface. So I took a cookie tray, I put a little bit of flour on it, and I'm going to turn the ball out onto the tray. And then, so my husband doesn't get annoyed that I ruined the pot, I'm going to go fill this with water so it'll be a lot easier to clean. Now, the dough is a little bit hot. I wouldn't say piping hot, but a little bit hot. Cup. Until I have the consistency I want. And kneading is just using the palms of your hands to push down on the dough, fold it over itself, push some more, add a little bit of flour. And when I'm finished kneading it, I can store it in an airtight container or a Ziploc plastic bag. It will keep for several weeks. And while it's in the bag, what's going to happen is there will likely be some water droplets that form on the dough. And that has to do with condensation. And it's not a big deal. When you take the dough out of the container, you just knead it a little bit, and it will cause the water droplets to dissipate, and it will be good as new. So I'm going to squish it in my hands. Make a nice ball. Yep, smells like dough. Take a Ziploc plastic bag, pop in the dough, seal it up, and I've got 1/2 of the dough necessary for my squishy circuit. This is the conductive dough. Next step, the insulating dough. But first, a lunch break.